Hello, everybody. My name is Aaron Smith, also known as Rebel Zed, and you know what? I'm just gonna tell a story. I don't even give a shit. Today I'm gonna talk about my senior prank, if you want to call it that. So, at my school, I went to a kind of small school. Our senior class literally was one class of 30 kids, and so we all knew each other really well. Most of us had known each other since at least 8th grade. I knew at least a couple of kids that had been at my school since kindergarten because it was one of those K through 12 schools. I'd been there since 5th grade, so I knew basically everyone in the class. We were all really chill with each other. Some of us, had fucking high school drama bullshit going on between all of us, but most of the time we got along really well. So, anyway, our school usually does a senior prank every year, like most high schools do. And for our group, we wanted to do something kind of over the top. We were going to trash the entire school and decorate each classroom as a superhero. So we were gonna like flip the desks in the math room and paint like the whiteboard green and say it was the Hulk room. We were just gonna do a bunch of crazy stuff. But we had to run it by our homeroom teacher, and our homeroom teacher was such a bitch. She like shot down every single one of our ideas for like 3 months leading up to our prank. And eventually we just straight up asked her. We were like, what are we allowed to do? Like, what can we do? And she's like, well, you can't decorate the school. You can't make a mess of the school. You can't be inside the school after hours. You can't do this, you can't do that. And she just laid out all these things we couldn't do. And then she gave us a suggestion, like, you could camp out in the parking lot. And then she proceeded to just shut down every idea that wasn't camping in the parking lot. So our senior prank was to park our cars in the parking lot of the school and sleep in our cars. But that's not the interesting part. When we got to our camp out, we all pulled up and somebody had brought a fire pit with them. And next to our school, we have a big vacant lot. They were planning to do some construction in it, but as of that point, they hadn't done anything. They'd mostly just flattened the earth and then left it there for like a month. And as we went over there, someone pulled a fire pit out of their truck bed and put it down in the lot, and we started like burning our schoolwork and stuff like that just to start a fire. And it was a lot of fun. We all kind of just fucking hang out around the fire for like 6 hours. We were there until like 2 o'clock in the morning just hanging out around the fire. But one of the kids in our class, let's call him Preston. Preston decided he wanted to play a prank on all of us. And he was one of those kids that he was kind of retarded. He would try and make a fool out of himself or try to act cool just to gain the attention of all the people. But anyway, he had been doing some stupid stuff all night where he would like throw like whole cardboard boxes into the fire and have the whole thing just kind of go up in a massive bonfire. He was, tossing random bits and things into the fire. He went and grabbed a whole pile of sagebrush and dropped the entire bush in the fire, and it instantly went up in just this gigantic fireball. Well, he decided that that was not far enough. So him and a couple of his buddies went off to like a Walmart that was down the street, and they went to like a gas station or something like that, and they came back with a bottle of Powerade. And they came up to the fire, literally nothing said to any of us. We were all huddled really close to the fire, like within, like normal fire distance where you're sitting there, you're warming your hands next to the fire, cooking s'mores and such. And he walks up with this bottle of Powerade, doesn't say anything, and says, guys, watch out. So he walks up to the fire with this bottle of Powerade, takes off the cap, and dumps it on the fire while we're all sitting around it. And all of us freak out because we're like, no, don't put the fire out, you idiot. And so we all kind of either A, lunge towards him to stop him, or B, just kind of lean around to look at him or whatever, just kind of in utter disbelief of the fact that he's doing this. And instead of Powerade in said Powerade bottle, he had put gasoline. He went to the gas station, got gasoline in a bottle, and poured gasoline straight on the fire out of a Powerade bottle. And all of us were like within a foot of this fire. This fire just goes up in a gigantic fireball all of us just jump backwards as fast as we can. Flames just start shooting everywhere. And luckily, Preston dropped the bottle into the fire, so the fire just exploded a little bit more, and B, the fire didn't travel up the stream of gasoline into his hands and light his hands on fire, which would have, definitely been bad, especially because we were in a field full of sagebrush. Yeah, that fireball exploded right in our faces. It was so hot, dude. Like, I'm surprised I still have eyebrows after what happened. But we all freaked out on him. He left like 10 minutes later because he was super embarrassed about the fact that he was being such an idiot. And yeah, he left. He was just like, nope. He just deuced out, and we didn't see him again for like 2 days. But yeah, the rest of us went on to go have a great night. But yeah, that dude, Preston definitely made a fool out of himself, because definitely his biggest idiotic moment out of high school. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you have a good day. See ya.